What's going on, guys? My name is YellowSTK and welcome to Monster Energy Supercross, the official video game 3. As I said in my review video, or should you buy video, I wanted to hop into the track editor and build a track a little bit more in detail, take our time, enjoy it, test the sections, and try to make something pretty sick. So obviously this is going to be maybe a slightly longer video, but in general, these are pretty laid back and really fun, honestly. You definitely can't rush it. Let's see. Let's go with a large. Let's go just large outdoors so we can have a little bit of sunshine, a little bit of rain, and have some space. That's really what this is all about. Obviously, here you can do the custom start where you can adjust a little bit, but I prefer to actually go with a lot of the pre-made starts. Just gives you a little bit more flexibility, I think. Now let's see. You have a couple options, obviously. I mean, do we throw the start kind of at the length? Maybe we could throw it kind of in the middle and even have a couple lanes behind us. I might try that. We'll do a couple lanes behind the start gate, and then we'll switch it up. Yeah, let's try that. We got a couple options here. That's awfully tight. A lot of wasted space on that one. Might do something simple like that. We don't need a crazy start that takes up too much space. Let's go for this guy here. Okay, so obviously once you have the start, you kind of got to decide what you want to do. It's always nice to have a little bit of a rhythm, but it's nothing too crazy right off the start. Let's see. You don't want to do whoops right away. Let's change the camera angle and get down here a little bit, see what's going on. Okay. The angle's okay. I wish we had a berm in that first corner. Well, let's see what we can do here. Now that we have that whole first section set up, we don't want to get too crazy right off the bat. You can see the actual height at the bottom left there. Some of these are actually a little bit bigger than they look. You know, it looks pretty small and simple, but it's not. So let's start off with just this little 4-footer here. Let's go 4 foot, 4, 9, and then try to put a landing here. We might actually try to do a space. Let's try this. Let's go make this a little bit more substantial of a gap. So a little bit of a straight, and then we'll try to get our landing here. Something like that. Let's see how doable that is. This is the cool thing about this. All we got is that start, but we can hop right in here, and the load time is actually pretty quick. And it seems like it gets even quicker as you go. We'll take a tight inside. Okay. With a tight inside, we barely cased, but that was with a double preload, so... Or really what I'm calling is more of a seat bounce, so let's try this again. A little bit farther outside, try to get a better drive, power down. Ooh, that's pretty nice. Let's make sure we can get over it first, though, before we move on. Maybe go into first, third here. Perfect, perfect. I love being able to test this stuff out. You really don't want to get too crazy right off the start, but what's on my mind right now is the way we're gonna tie the track in. At the very end, obviously you need to make that loop. So what I want to try to do here is move the camera angle around. We want to make a landing here that we could have this whole section be a quad if you're not dealing with that first corner. I plan on having this come straight on into this rhythm. Like when it ties in, it'll go straight on and make this a quad. So we want to make this right here some sort of a landing but maybe something that we can launch off of as well. So let's try that. That might actually be really cool to do a triple like this. We can always test it out, right? That's a pretty nice rhythm. I might even come down to here. Let's always take a overlook. We don't want to get too crazy here. You know what? We might want to actually get a turn in. And then do a few lanes behind. Yeah, let's do a turn. We don't want to get too ahead of ourselves here. So let's see our options. Do a nice bowl corner there. Definitely want a nice berm. That's just your... There's a 90. Not the biggest berm, though. That's okay. We're going to have to test this section out anyways. Actually, you know what? Maybe we need more than a 90. Let's go back. Let's try something. Let's look at that angle. So that's our 120. I think the 105 degree is a little bit better. You can see bottom left there. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Let's change camera. That lines us up pretty solid for this next rhythm, or this next section. Might be nice to actually do a set of sand whoops here. Let's do that. Yeah, a set of whoops across. We're just going to go straight into them. But actually, you know what? Let's do... With a click flip. So if you rail the outside, you hit a whoop right away. If you cut inside, you miss it. That might be kind of cool. Give us a balanced option there. Now you have a 2-foot whoop. They're all 2-foot. Okay, so you have real small whoops here. Two foot. Okay, so let's just do a nice line here. I was going to do sand whoops. I forgot. So let's go back. Hold on. Flip. Turn it into sand. It's always hard to see the sand, but it's there, trust me. Boom, 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 boom. Now, let's see. Big sand corner. So flip. Actually, we got a little bit more room. You know what would be kind of cool? You have to bear with me, guys. Obviously, it's fun to come up with different ideas as you go through this. Almost be like sand whoops with a little double in the middle of it and then back into whoops. We got enough room. This is going to be a pretty long whoop section. Let's try that. So maybe about here. Do a little basic double. I'm going to need it to be maybe the smallest double possible. Let's go jump. So that's a 3-footer. And it just goes up from there. So this is our smallest one. You can turn it into sand. So let's go boom. And then I think we're going to need to do a gap. So let's do sand gap. And then a 3-foot. Ooh, that might not be a good idea. We might have to switch this up to more of a landing here. Let's do that. Boom, and then back over to our whoops. So hopefully it makes sense. I know it's kind of hard to see the sand. Maybe showing you guys a little bit of a side view. You can kind of see it on the left. Whoop, 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 whoop. Double, maybe. That's a pretty big gap. And then we'll go whoop, 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 whoop. Hopefully that's enough room to fit in a corner. And we're going to do a big 180 bowl sand. Okay. Then we'll probably do a medium sand. and then we'll go straight into some normal dirt here. Let's do one of these bigger sections. Jumps, we'll kind of go to the bottom here. So we got this double dragon's back. That's a little silly. You got these two options, an 8-foot and a 9-foot. You can see different configuration. I want to test everything out, so let's maybe try this to start off with and see kind of what that's like. And we'll hop onto track. We don't even know if that first section's going to work or not, so. I think this track's coming together, though. I really do. I think we're going to have something pretty cool here by the end. Okay, I got to remember, I really actually got to nail this pretty good. Ooh. Quadding, that's going to be ridiculous. Ooh, so if you go to the outside, man, those whoops are big. I might need to change them to the smaller ones. Didn't really get our section, but let's see what this dragon's back is like. Ooh, that actually might work really good. The way you clip and then triple down. So let's go back to the start. Every track needs a little bit of work. You can't ever rush these. It just never works out. There's your triple. Okay, I think those whoops are just too big. I do like the dragon's back. So let's see what we can do about those whoops. I think they need to be the small whoops. Okay, let's go whoop. Change it all the way back to here. We'll change camera to get down here so we can see 1-foot whoop. I'm not so sure the little single into it really makes a difference. This is where we have that double. Wonder if we could just do one of the big whoops. And then a flat. Okay, now we do a landing. Not sure if this is going to work, but we're trying it. Make sure this is sand. Okay. Okay. Let's give this a shot and see what we think. Like I said, these will be a little bit more laid back. Let me know if you like these types of videos. Pretty chill. Maybe they drag on a little. Maybe it's frustrating. But I'll tell you what, it's kind of fun to build a track. That's about all I can really say. I think I need to change that just a little bit. Ooh, if we can make that... Yeah, if we can make that just a little bit smaller of a gap, it might be cool. You hit that and you have to preload on it and just barely make it up over that double. I think that's going to be really sick. We just need to make it a little bit closer, so... I think I accidentally just built something. Oof. Oof. Don't want to screw things up too bad. Okay, so... let's see what we got here. There's our landing. So we want to push that landing a little closer. Try to get to where we can see this shit again. So we just want to make this landing more like from here. Right? Now we just need to make sure this is sand. Okay. Let's do another test. So it's important to get this section right because I think it's going to be really, really sick. Still need to do something different here. Let's see what happens if you just double. Double. Oh, I was thinking quad. Guess not. Doesn't quite have the same feeling as it did before. That's a little tricky. A little tricky. Let's see. Jumps. Change camera. It's a little funky when you want to change things. You kind of have to manipulate it by putting in like a bunch of these small gaps. Then you can actually come back with a jump and you can have more manipulation here. So let's pick out the right landing. That's gotta be it. Maybe we do something like this. Make it a little bit farther. And then let's pick a better jump. Let's do something legit. What is that, a 4-foot jump? That's a lot bigger than that whoop that we've got there now. Let's try that. It's like a legit jump there. And then we'll add whoops in after. So to avoid going back and forth, we know we need to change this first section as well. So let's come around here. I think we need to really switch again to this little small straight section. That gives us a chance to see a little bit better what's going on. Change camera. Okay, so we know we're basically triple. We need more of a landing at the end of that triple. But that's a canned, like a pre-made triple is our problem here. So basically, we need to change this. So let's go to jumps all the way back. I made this straight. So that's our triple in. I wanted to be able to make this where you could... Oh, wait a second. Boom. Triple. I wanted to make this where you could do you could launch off of it too. So triple, then jump. That, you know what? That table might actually be kind of cool, but let's keep looking here. Let's give this a little test. We got a couple things to test here, so I think they were at a good section. We need to gauge that first rhythm and just how flowy and smooth it is. And I'm also looking at kind of the straight line when you close the loop of the lap, how it'll look. I didn't get a preload there, screwed up. Ooh. Looks pretty harsh. But let's try this real quick. And then we want that dragon's back there. Okay, we need to test that first section out one more time so we can preload over this. Ooh, into that tough block. Man, that section's tough. I almost need to make that a little bit smaller. Oof. Try it again here. I'm okay with the track is hard, but you want to be able to run laps on it, you know what I mean? You lose too much speed in that transition. Wow, okay. Okay, so we need to switch that last triple up a little bit. Okay, let's go all the way back. Change camera. Right here is where we're talking. So let me look at this real quick. So we're doing a triple, and that landing, it's just a little bit too gnarly. It's a big gap. So let's see if we can maybe change this up. That'd be a big fat triple. I think we need to, I think the source of the problem is this is a landing. So we need to just make this a big fat lip. Right? So now we have a big old lip and a big landing. It's still going to be massive though. Let's see if we can maybe move it a tiny bit closer. So we want nice landing. I'm gonna have to do a little straight here. Yeah, because this is just too big. But we'll add a bunch of these. Now we can go to jumps. Of course, it's gonna spawn us all the way back there. Okay, so we need this to be a little bit more manageable of a triple. Let's do that. It's got too much of a lip on it. And then while we're here, let's go all the way back around and make sure we get this dragon's back in here. We did actually, you know what, we did have a little bit of a space. And then it was actually a sand space to be accurate. Then over to the jump. We did this one. Okay, test. All part of the fun. Again, these take a little bit, but I'm having a good time, so hopefully it's fun to watch. Something a little more laid back. Trying to build that perfect track. Ooh, wow. So now with that landing, we can make it a big triple. Let's finish this out. I actually like the way that feels. Try to scrub off of it. And then we can still turn around. Dude, we might be able to fit a whole lane here. A whole lane here. And then do something crazy the length of this field. Man, this could be a massive track. Okay. We don't want to make it too crazy, but we're sure using our space wisely, it seems. So, okay. We just need to extend, and then we do need to definitely make sure we're moving on here. So let's change camera. We can definitely make this guy a little bit easier here, a little bit farther. Let's see, what jump is that? doing this as a little test. I think we need to switch this to that smaller lip. So I changed it to a smaller jump. Hopefully you guys could see that. I changed this jump a little bit. Okay, so we'll leave it for right now. We can always change some of that later. After this dragon's back, we know we land pretty smooth off of there. What do we want there to be here? Might be nice to just have a... Ooh. Don't want to go too crazy with the dragon's backs. That's kind of a cool section with a double dragon's back tabletop. Be pretty silly to have those together, but it might actually end up being a pretty cool section. Let's try it. And then we can do maybe a big bowl turn after it or something. Yeah. Problem is that gap is just challenging. It's obviously doable, but holy crap. To hit that every lap isn't too easy. Like it, but I don't like it. I think it's turning out pretty cool, but it's really still not that big. Okay, we got a good idea what's going on, what needs to change. We're getting there. Okay, so I think we still need to rework that first section a little bit. I hate to do that, but I think it's the way to go. And I think the way I'm going to try to do it here to try to fit a landing. So now it's a quad. And I think that's going to work. So let's move on all the way to the end here. And I think we want to try... Let's do something funky with one of these crazy turns. So what the hell would the benefit of that be? Let's try it, right? Let's try it. Okay. Let's give it a little space afterwards. Specials. Not time for an over-under yet. Let's see. Let's just do a nice classic. You know, let's just do a nice Supercross triple here. Oh, we could do an on-off section, but nah. Let's just do a nice Supercross triple. Supercross triple. We don't want this thing to get too freaking technical. Okay. Then maybe... Let's see. kind of want to do like a tire tap if I can, right? That's always sick. Single jump, so smallest jump they have. You know what? Maybe it'd be nice to just do a little table over. You know? Table over into a corner, that's always nice. I think we're going to need a gap in between this, though. So let's try this. Let's go this medium one, and then we'll do a table for a landing. Then flip. Big bowl corner. Okay. And we're going to do a big lip right out of the corner here. There we go. 9-footer. How would that go? That'd be a fat quad. I don't think that's going to fly. Dragon's back would have no purpose there. A little bit hard to see. Let me flip this bitch around. Oof, that'd be big. You know what? I think we give it up maybe a little bit of space. Then we do that big lip. Let's just put a big gap here. So big quad, right? Yep, big quad into a dragon's back gap. I don't think we can fit a corner in here, though. Yes. Okay. Nice corner. Good straightaway here. And then we actually want to get a little crazy. Let's go. Corner, corner. We're actually, you know what? Sand. Sand. You're going to be able to hit this almost like just a straightaway, which could be a problem, but let's see. Not if we do something a little bit bigger. So, delete. Yes, dude, that's going to be crazy. Yeah, let's just keep it straight there. Now, let's see what we can get away with right out of the sand. Table, table. Hopefully we can step onto it. And then we need something we can hop over here. I don't think we can hop off of that. I wonder if we could change this table into the bigger of the two. And then a landing. We'll do a gap. And maybe just a set of big gnarly whoops. The big ones. Boom, 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 boom. Alright. That's a pretty proper set of whoops there. Let's do a gap. And let's do, whoops, a slightly bigger jump. Nothing too crazy. And then we'll do a big gap here. And I want to land in one of the ponds or whatever. So boom, boom, boom. Let's go to specials. That might be absolutely ridiculous, but we're going to try this, right? That's what it's all about. I'd like to have a little lip to tire tap off of. Okay. Let's just do a set of doubles here. Boom. Oops, that's whoops. Gonna obviously have to test some of this. Okay. We're going straight into the testing, fellas. I think we're gonna end up having a track that's pretty cool. Takes a lot of time, but I think it'll be awesome. Man, that's massive. That's not so easy either. There we go, get the hop off of it. There's really no need for that jump though. We'll have to play with that a little bit. Table over. It's actually not bad. I'm sure you just need to slow up, make sure you hit it with the right speed. That quad will be pretty solid. And then you might face into that dragon's back, so that might not work. Table on, over. That works out pretty good, actually. So that needs to be a little bit farther of a gap. Ooh, that double's perfect. Okay, let's try it one more time. Crap. So if I were... Yeah, there's really no need for this at all. So that was a screw up. And I don't know if there's a corner. That could really mess us up. I don't know if there's a corner that'll accomplish that same thing. I think there... Hopefully there is, but... Let's see. We just need to go right... Let's see. We just need a big corner. Good. I was worried that maybe it wouldn't work. So, okay. What else was the problem here? That first section, that first triple's just a little tough. You know? It's just a little bit rough. And then we need to make that pond a little bit bigger. So still, this first triple, if I can move this landing back one, back to here. Maybe a bigger landing, but moved back a little. Let's try that. And then the pond needs to be moved a little bit farther. Yeah, this pond needs to be moved a little bit, so specials, big pond. Okay, we're gonna have to do this little trick again. Then pond. Whoops. Okay. The one thing we do like here, so it's 2 spaces. Those are the 2 big spaces. Boom. Actually, whoops. Let's just do the 1. Now we need to do the lip. Two spaces. Landing. A little bit bigger there. Then a big old lip. Quad into a corner. Something like that, and then something really tight maybe. Let's see what we can get away with here. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Different shaped corner instead of just the same old, right? Okay. We want to do a little tricky double here, I think. Boom. Let's do a triple. Then I think we'll just do a set of small whoops here. Hopefully a little quad. Actually, getting a little crazy. Okay. Quite a bit going on there. That's okay. I do want to get a little over-under going on up here, so that's our next goal. I think we need to do that by a little bit of a turn. So let me think this through here. Yeah, we want to do a turn. Let's go turn. Probably want a little bit of a straight here. Then the over-under. Boom. Have a little bit of a landing. Sand 180. This might make it tricky to line back up, but we're going to try it. Sand. Sand. Aw, man. see if we need to just have this line up a little bit better. Okay. 4. I don't think it likes. Oop. Sweet Jesus. Okay, so we just need to come back here and make sure that this is sand. A little tricky. A little finicky here. I think we got it though. Okay, cool. So sand over under. Probably ought to make this sand too. Shit. Okay. Cool. Little sand over under. I think we do maybe a little sand section here since we already got into the sand. Don't really want to do sand whoops again, right? So let's see here. Big lip. Whoops. Try to get a landing in here. Supercross triple, sand Supercross triple out of the over under. That might be a little much, but we're gonna go for it. Then maybe we will go into some whoops. The small ones. You know what? I think we need to actually make that not as far. Then we want to do a big corner again. Let's see what we can do with one of these weird ones. Man, we could try to use that. That's just ridiculous. Little roller, sand roller corner. That's not bad. How would that look? Little hop. So hard to see this shit sometimes. Now we're going to do one of these crazy corners. Dude, that's massive. Yeah. Big sand corner. I'm about it. I don't think we want to do anything like this. Well, you know what? That would be a little funky, wouldn't it? Yeah, that would be stupid. Okay, so we want just a big, nice, crazy corner there. We want to try to do something sand turn. Sand. Triple. If we can fit a corner here. Yes. Okay, we're going to go back to some normal dirt. But we're going to make this a little bit funky too. Just a nice big fat double. Okay. So we can use this last bit of space. We got a pretty massive track already. May as well stick with what we got going on here. So we're going to do a set of small whoops, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to go to the bigger whoops. 1, right? 2, 3, 4. Back to the smaller one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, I'd like to try to make the finish line right here. So maybe we go, let's see, big whoops. Let's do, the finish line takes up quite a bit of space. Ooh, yeah, we gotta. Finish line. Whoops, that's not what we need. Landing. Gonna be a little bit of testing going on here at the end, but yeah, we might have to move this sucker a little bit, but maybe we get lucky here. We're a little too far. Yeah, a little too far. Let's start this section over here. So, whoop. 1, 2, 3. Then we'll do the bigger one. 1, 2, 3. Then a gap. Finish line. Landing. Still not gonna. I think I ended up probably about the same. Yeah, like identical. Okay, so maybe we just go finish line here. That's not gonna save us much room. Maybe do that finish line. I want to barely squeak this sucker in here. That's not going to work. Okay. Maybe the solution here is to not tie it in yet. Okay, now we'll just do maybe a little nice table on. Table. Straight into a corner. Did that connect? Does that count? Not sure if that counts. But we're going to hop in, do a test. Like I said, I know these are pretty long. But I think we've got an insane track here. Oh yeah, I forgot how big that is. We changed it though, so let's start over here. We've got a lot of stuff we haven't tested, so this is going to be a little intense. Okay, so you don't need to preload that. That double's just about perfect because it's tough. On, you gotta get a preload off so you can jump up onto here and preload off. That section's sick. Nice Supercross triple. You gotta slow up to make sure you hit the downside there. That's really cool too, actually. Tried to scrub over the big quad. Dragon's back actually works, so that's good news. Kind of options through the sand. What happens if you hit this? Yeah, you should be able to hit that landing, so that's solid. Oh, little loop. Let's start over here, actually. Okay, I'm pretty pumped with this whole stuff so far. This works really, really well. That's so sick. Ah, really wanted that scrub over that triple. You're definitely going to be able to. Try to scrub a quad. Then you'll be able to jump, land at the back side of that, into the sand. I could almost make that section sand too, but on. The off works pretty well. We almost need to change that first couple whoops into a small whoop. Yes, that works. Dude, that's gonna be sweet. You just gotta land it right. You gotta time it right. But let's try that again. Dude, I'm actually pretty stoked on this track. Okay, so we know this actually works. You can make this last one a landing. Maybe an idea. Big double. Double. Quad. Okay, you can definitely quad that. That's good. The jump into the dragon's back. That's a little funky. Onto the table. Ooh, forgot that's how that went. Nice Supercross triple. Oh, okay, that's actually pretty cool though. Dude, this is sick. Big double, that works great too. Beautiful. Hitting that full speed. Oof. That's kind of be nice to have that section have a little bit more options when you want to hit it flat out. But I'm pretty pumped so far. There's just that one section with the dragon's back that I'd like to maybe change up. Didn't hit that very smooth, but that's okay. Nice Supercross triple. Scrub quad, which is sick. And you can actually land that all the way to the end. So the fast lap is going to be really, really cool through there. I don't know why it reset us the wrong direction. That's kind of stupid. Okay. Those tough blocks, dude. Okay. Into the sand. You kind of cut it short, I think is the line, and then still huck it onto the table. Screwed it up, but off. Okay, so in those whoops, we need to have the first few whoops be singles. Or like the small ones, sorry. We know this works. Probably going to case here. Not bad. Try to get that double right. Struggling a little bit here. We know this works pretty solid though. Oh yeah, we've tried this too. Big quad. Quad, the small whoops. Yeah, that doesn't quite work. I don't think it's going to take just a small adjustment though. Okay. Into the tough blocks. Dang it. I'm actually super, super pumped. I'm going to make a couple small changes to the track, but all in all, this is so, so sick. And it's a big track, man. Okay, so that still works. You're just going to have to slow up and hit it correctly. Gonna have to really stretch this out. Gotta go into those whoops with some momentum for sure. If you hit that just right, you're going to be able to scrub it. So that's always good. Oh shit, transfer. Okay. Yeah, that's where we need to change things a little bit. Stretch this one out, not gonna happen. And then we know this is a big quad. It's not that big. Easy to land. Okay. I think we're in good shape. Make a couple small changes, so this should be perfect. So look at that track. That's insane. Okay. Whoop. And we need to go all the way around. All the way to here. So we need these first whoops to be like that. And then really, so it'll start easy and then we'll go into the big ones. And then really that landing here needs to be like an easier landing from what I think. Bounce all the way around. That landing just needs to be slightly easier. Try to find an easy landing. Let's try that. Okay, boom. And then we just need to fiddle with this section here a little bit. So this is where that quad works. It's just jumping into this dragon's back is super funky. So what I'm thinking is we do a space before it and then a bigger jump. That's what I'm thinking. So be a little frustrating, gonna have to go all the way back around again. All the way around to here. Like I said, I think we do whoop, 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 boom, boom, boom. Now we do a bigger jump. So again, all the way back around, and we just do a bigger lip. And we hopefully can land all the way onto the back side. That's what I'm thinking, dude. Okay. Hopefully this is the last test and we pull the trigger here. Quite a long video. I'll probably do two versions. One just super sped up, maybe. And then one just kind of straight up here. You can actually scrub that when you hit it solid. That's sick. Didn't quite get through there. Okay, let's see what happens if... Yeah. Okay, so that's another option. I lifted off again. Trying to land that perfect. I lifted off there too, so have no worry. That's very, very clearable. On, off. These are the whoops that we changed, and they go big. Oof. That makes it almost a little rough. Damn, dude, you gotta really nail that. So you have to really launch those. That's pretty trippy. Okay, let's try at least this again real quick. Yeah, that's a big preload. It's definitely unique. Typically that's not a good thing, but I think it's pretty sick. But okay, let's give it one last try here, fellas. Not the easiest track, but that's gonna make it really fun, I think. Like to see some people throw some crazy laps on this. That'd be insane. Oh, man. We should have had that. It's the tough blocks are just so gnarly. Let's see if we can get through here. I keep trying to scrub it. It's just so appealing to scrub. Wow. This track's pretty intense, but you guys have seen me land through that pretty clean. Might need to change those doubles a little bit, actually. Oh. Fuck. Okay, so there's a couple small changes I have to make. I just absolutely have to. So, all the way over to those doubles I was just on. Those need to be changed up just a little bit. All right, the last piece of the puzzle is to validate this. I made a couple changes there at the end just to make sure things flowed nicely and didn't want to totally drag the video on. So let's start validating the track, and yeah, we'll do this little race with the AI to kind of go through that final process to make sure it's good to go and give you an idea of a little bit what I changed and kind of see the final result here.
Here we go. Time to go.
All right, on the gate. Good jump by all these guys. Holy crap. Good thing they're invisible. Oh, case, but luckily we can still get over that with a OJ. Trying to get that front end up to get over that double. Oh, gonna barely make it over this. Gonna end up with a little single there. Takes a lot of flow to get through there cleanly. Working pretty good so far. Little catapult. Big quad. It's kind of fun. You gotta land, lean back. Make sure you don't hit that transition to the bigger whoops there. Too difficult. Or too hard. Big quad. Not gonna land this. Yep, still getting over that one. Trying to scrub what we can. Quad out of the corner. Massive launch into the dragon's back, and then you can actually clear all the way over that. Man, it's gonna be some cool fast laps here. Sliding through it under the over-under into a Supercross triple, sand Supercross triple. Kind of a step up there, actually. Gotta be really cautious into that, but I like the challenge. Same thing here, really tight over a Supercross-ish triple. Big gap there. Scrub the finish line. Scrub that as well. This is sick. I think the track turned out really good. Triple into the quad. Still over jumping that thing. There we go. Over the double in the sand. There we go. Should get through here pretty nice. Little hop off. Yes, that's so sick. Into third. Scrub over. Big quad. You can scrub it, but not totally worth it. Then you can really shoot the gap through here, but you got to be careful to make sure you get the preload onto the table. Scrub, land in the pool. Oh, the little bit of a case. Yes. Still getting through there. Pretty clean. Pretty big quad out of that corner as well. Let's see what fourth does into this. Right into that whoop. Then you kind of quad out, and then you can get almost over that. You got to hit it just perfect. Sand triple. Big sand berm, easy to get a little understeer through there. A little bit of a case, but not too big of a deal. Big fat double. And a crash right before the finish line. That's pretty accurate. See if the AI is getting through here okay. They're still moving, so that's really what we're looking for here. I don't think there's anything else we can really hit through here unless you landed all the way to the end. I'm really stoked with the track. I think it's pretty fun. A couple goofy sections, but again, I think that's really what it's all about. Doing something that's a little bit different. Not just same old boring Supercross track. But I think it's not too hard. You know what I mean? I think it's a good balance. That's a pretty much no preload there. Trying to see, it's not really worth hitting any of those berms, but track validated. Upload this online. We're going to do the final naming here, and it's going to be yellow S2K. Let's go big S. Oh, maybe we have more characters here than I thought. Big. How about this? Compound. Big SX. Sure. Confirm. It has been uploaded, so you guys can search for that. Whenever you want to check out this track, hopefully you guys have some fun with it. And if you really want, I'd love to see some fast lap times on this track. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. And until next time, I will talk to you later. Peace out.